So for this TLC, you're going to use a silica plate to determine the end terminus of your dipeptide. After you have spotted the plate, make sure that you initial it at the very top corner. Once you have done that, bring it over to the rack and load it in. You now play the waiting game and wait until all your lab mates have finished loading their TLC plates into the rack. Once the rack is full, notify your TA, who will then lower the rack into the TLC tank.
Wait for me, wait for me, wait for me. Don't forget mine. There we go.
Now that we are ready, your TA will lower the rack into the TLC tank, making sure it is level, and quickly cover the tank. Keep an eye on the tank so that when the solvent is 1 centimeter from the top, you can notify your TA, who will then take out the rack from the tank. After your TLC plate is dried, you are now going to use a UV lamp. Be careful when using it. You've got to take some precautions. First and foremost, make sure the lamp is unplugged when not in use. The second thing is to make sure you do not have any skin exposure to the light. So make sure you have gloves and that the sleeves are pulled down all the way. Next, you never want to look directly at this light. So to check that the light is on, just face it downwards. First check the short wave or the green light. Circle any spots that you see. And once you are done that, switch it to the long wave or the purple light. If there are any additional spots, make sure to circle those. Once you are done, turn off the light and unplug from the source.
With your cellulose plate, the next step is to spray an anhydrous. This is a sprayer. The sprayer works by pressurized air. This means it has a block tube connected to the air. The most important part here is to turn on the air slowly. The air is the orange color tab. As you turn on the air slowly, you want to make sure that the sprayer is aimed at the paper and not at your plate. Again, remember, you want to make sure that the sprayer is aimed at the paper and not your plate. As you spray, you'll see the paper get wet. Once the paper gets wet, then you can move over to your plate. So let me show you how it's done. First, you want to slowly open up the air, making sure the sprayer again is painted towards the white paper. Once the paper is wet like this, you can now move over to your plate to spray your plate. It is important that you don't overspray your plate. Once you've sprayed your plate enough, turn off the air and leave the sprayer for the next lab mate.
Remember guys, safety first. Don't forget your goggles, lab coat, gloves, proper footwear. Common sense might be a good asset too. Before coming into lab, make sure you read your lab. And when in doubt, always, always, always consult your TA. See you next time.